yo soy Victoria, mis padres son de Chile, and I'm from Canada. Today I'm going to be showing some Canadians some cool food from Chile, all of which I've had and grown up on. My mom makes them all the time and we eat them in the family. We all love it. But I guess we'll see if that translates to Canadians. I predict that the Canadians are probably going to like almost all of it, but I think stuff like how much mayonnaise we put on things, people underestimate how much Chileans love mayonnaise. It's a lot. The answer is a lot. Both of these things have a lot of mayo, so they might not like it. But empanadas tend to be pretty popular with North Americans. And I mean, who doesn't love cookies and condensed milk? I don't know.
A lot of rice and beans and spice.
I hope it's spicy. I like spicy.
I don't know. I was thinking about a whole bunch of bugs maybe, and then
I hope it's not bugs.
Unconventional seafood.
Maybe, I hope it's different. I hope it's not burgers. Probably
Tortillas?
Yeah, corn tortillas. Peppers. Fish. It's very coastal. Fish. Let's go for some seafood.
Like, there's definitely gonna be rutabaga.
I'm hoping it's not spicy, and I'm not a fan of seafood.
There should be some spice to it. Definitely. Latin America, am I right?
These are empanadas, a very popular dish in most Spanish and Latin countries. Obviously Chile is not the only one to have these. I'm sure many people know what empanadas are. But essentially they are a meat pastry or a meat pocket. The outside is made of a different kind of dough depending on where you are. The Chilean one is a very basic wheat dough, nothing too special, but it's more sweet. On the inside is a ground meat mixture. Made of, depending on what kind you want, you can get like beef or chicken or pork, ground with some onions, a hard-boiled egg is typical, a black olive, and if you feel like going crazy, you can put raisins in them. These are generally made in large quantities for parties. You can eat maybe 1 or 2 per person, or 6 if you're crazy. And what do you think is inside?
Meat, onions,
Olives.
Reminds me of a spring roll.
it's really good. But I didn't have an olive in Camden.
It was still good with an olive.
It tastes like a burrito in a bun. It smells meaty.
Mm-hmm.
Doesn't
oh my god,
smell
it smells
spicy.
really good actually.
It's good, but it's not spicy.
Meat?
Looks like it looks like a mince pie. Looks savory. Maybe crumbly. Could be crumbly.
I feel like Rachel is better at this than I.
You saying very like articulate words. Crumbly and savory.
I like beef, I like onions, I like pastry. It's good.
Yo, let me smell it.
Yo,
Okay.
let me smell it.
It's probably like a delicious meat pastry. It's a very soft dough.
Soft. Can you hear this sound?
It's soft on
Soft is not the correct vocabulary
It's
term.
soft, it's soft on the bottom where it's soggy. Oh no. Yeah, it definitely tastes like meat in a pastry. That's pretty universal. That's pretty universal food.
On this side we have the same thing, it's the same type, but more of a filo pastry dough, and on the inside is cheese instead of the meat mixture.
Was that custard?
Like
With
the
a
general-
honey glaze on top?
It's not sweet like I was
No.
expecting. Yeah, that's good.
Like a puff pastry.
It's crummy.
It's definitely cheese. I've confirmed it's cheese. I don't know what cheese.
It's okay, but I'm not a big cheese fan, so.
It's not like super flavorful in any way. Like, not in a bad way, but it like doesn't hit you with flavor.
Just felt like it just put a chunk of cheese inside.
Egg custard.
I have no idea what that's supposed to be.
It looks flaky.
And nice.
No, it's cheese. It's totally cheese. Or it's like a really mild cheese. What's a mild cheese? It's like Edam. It's like
I know like 3 kinds of cheeses.
oh okay. Well, it's like a tasty cheese.
That little bit there, I thought that was like a custard little nubbin, but it's solid. It's rock solid. Is that a cheese? Victoria, is that a cheese in there? I don't know if I really like that one.
Really? I like it.
Yeah.
It's really similar to like a croissant mixed with like kind of like a strudel kind of dough.
Right. And then somebody just wedged this just bland cheese in the middle.
Alright, so Spencer doesn't like it. But I like it. I think it's really nice. This item is a very popular Chilean sandwich called a chacarero. It is very simple, made with a special kind of dough in Chile, a special bread called what translates to an unleavened bread. On the inside is tomato, mayonnaise, green beans, and sandwich steak. Again, very easy. That's all the ingredients that there ever are to the sandwich. But for some reason, it turns out to be the most messiest, most delicious sandwich, and extremely popular with all Chileans.
Beef and tomato. I'm not really sure what the green part
I think it's like pickled beans. Do you think?
Maybe. And some kind of bun. Is it a regular bun? Is it a different bun?
Do Chileans have special buns?
They probably make their own buns, so they're Chilean. Makes sense. Like the mayo with the tomato makes it taste like a BLT.
The beans or whatever that's on there don't really have much flavor.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's an epiphany. I now know that you can actually put beans on sandwiches.
Is that sauerkraut? It's not sauerkraut.
Whoa, this is really folly party and damp and just soaked through with sauce.
Sauce?
Sauce.
Sauce. Cheers. It's actually really good.
It's actually better than I expected because I'm not a huge fan of meat. I'm not a huge fan of mayonnaise or tomatoes or beans. So in theory, I should not like this.
It's very good. I like it.
Reuben sandwich, but with jalapenos.
Okay, cheers.
It's good.
It's just a sandwich. I think it just tastes like a lunch sandwich, like my mom would make this for lunch. Surprisingly underwhelming. I just smell tomato.
Yeah.
The tomato is
Is
very.
it avocado in there?
It looks like green beans.
Yeah.
I'm dripping everywhere. It's good.
I've never had beans in like a sandwich
You
type.
can't really taste them. It's mostly just the beef and tomato that you taste.
Is it corned beef or something? It looks like.
Again, I'm surprised by how tame the flavors are. Like they're not bad, but I was expecting like spice and it to just jump out at you in a way. It's really good though. I may need to start putting beans in sandwiches.
This is a completo. Literally translates to complete. Basically, this is a hot dog. Unlike the American ones, which usually just carry ketchup or mustard, in Chile, completos we put on avocado, tomato, sauerkraut, mayonnaise, and occasionally some mustard, and basically just whatever you have in your kitchen. This one has all those ingredients, and as you can tell, it's extremely messy, but amazingly delicious. Very popular with children and at parties, again, especially for barbecues in the summer.
Oh, that looks yummy. That's a hot dog. You get the messier one.
I don't know. I didn't like the texture or the I don't know, the pickled kind of taste.
Sauerkraut, I think.
Yeah, sauerkraut. Not a big fan of sauerkraut.
Is that still
In
green beef?
here.
No, it's guacamole. It's like
It's
sauerkraut.
already falling apart.
It's good.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not a fan of this guacamole or bean sauce or whatever it is.
Yeah.
I mean, it's kind of like the Dapper Dog thing. It's just mixing two culture.
It's like a better hot dog.
Fancier hot dog.
Sauerkraut maybe?
That's what
Or
I'm
like-
thinking, but it's kind of greener than sauerkraut.
Chilean sauerkraut. It's not like, ooh, this is my favorite. It's like, I'd eat this. That's a great review, right? I just don't know what the other stuff is in it. It'd be nice to know.
If only someone could tell me.
If only that information was available somewhere.
Okay, let's give
Oh,
this
this
one.
looks messy. Oh no.
I just ate all the guac in one bite.
Oh, I don't like guacamole. There's so much guacamole.
You want a Lady in the Trampet? You bite one end, I'll bite the other end, and just get guac all over our faces. Wait, you missed all this bit. I liked it. I looked at the what? I'm a huge fan of hot dogs, and I will eat like 6 hot dogs in one sitting. So
I've seen it happen. That was too much. There's just too much going on.
These are a dessert called alfajores. These ones are specifically alfajores de maicena. That means that they're made with cornstarch. And they're typically filled with something called dulce de leche. Especially in Chile, we sometimes fill them with manjar, which is similar. Basically, it's condensed milk, cooked and sweetened, so that's why it gives it its nice brown color. These ones are covered with a shredded coconut topping to make them extra desserty. These are typically made for parties only because they take a long time to make the dulce de leche on the inside, but they're extremely delicious and super easy to eat a dozen of at a time.
Is this
I've had this
dulce de
before.
leche? I love this. It's quite sweet, but it's really good. It's really good with the cookie because the cookie has like a hint of lemon.
Mm-hmm. Is it like shortbread? I think it's good, but shortbread is also always a little dry. It gets really sticky.
I love it.
I know I don't like coconut very much, so this is like a macaroon. Is that? Oh, it's
Coconut.
shortbread.
Caramel or cinnamon? Everything's messy.
I don't know about you, but it's like becoming a paste in my mouth.
This is gonna take me an hour to chew. Yeah, it's a lot of commitment. You gotta have a good 45 minutes set aside to eat one of those.
It's stuck in my gums.
Me too.
And the caramel is not caramel. What is it?
I want to say like ginger snap cookies, but I don't think that's quite right. No, it's actually pretty good because I don't even like coconut, and that was actually
It's like it was
tasty,
subtle.
So, yeah, I didn't really notice it much.
Like a caramel of some sort, like a Chilean caramel.
So you think it's like shortbread with like caramel and coconut on the
Yeah,
side?
but it's really crumbly. It's not hard at all. It's super. Oh shoot! There you go.
The shortbread's really like powdery. Like you can taste it like.
It gets stuck right in here.
These are also alfajores, but more typical kind eating on a day-to-day basis. The top is just kind of like a cracker type biscuit instead of the sweeter cornstarch one, but they also contain the dulce de leche or manjar on the inside.
Saltine cracker and maltose. Oh, the crackers are so not crunchy.
It's like a tamer version of the cookie.
Seems like something you would make if you were really craving that, I think.
Like I don't have time to bake it, so I'm just gonna make this instead. Grab a cracker and put some on. It's not as sweet. If you don't like sweets as much, this might be better.
I would expect the cracker to be a bit more salty
Yeah.
to counteract the sweetness.
At first glance, it looked like it was gonna be really salty, and it's not.
Yeah.
Oh, cookies with dos leches.
Crackers with what you just said? I'm not even gonna attempt it. It's good.
And the cracker is soft. Is this their equivalent to peanut butter?
Ritz crackers with like
They're not quite Ritz
dulce
crackers.
con leche in the middle. I think hopefully it'll be kind of sweet. What do you
There's
think? There's
Piece
silver
of
in there?
bean stuck to
Oh
it.
no! I like this one better. The shortbread was like too rich for me. I think like if they put salt on top would be better. I think you get more of the sweetness.
Salty would be good.
Right? There's just a little bit of salt on it.
It looks like it's on crackers. It's Ritz crackers. Let's go for it.
It's an interesting kind of whoa.
I didn't get one.
It's kind of like if you made little crackers out of pita bread and then you had the same stuff as the other one.
Yeah, Peter Malark bread.
Yes,
Okay.
a pita malark bread.
Yes.
And this one you can definitely taste the middle part a lot more.
Yeah, the dulce de leche. Is that what she called it? Dulce de leche. We'll let her say it again.
Dulce de leche. I kind of like the other one better just because I'm not a huge fan of these kind of crackers. They're kind of bland.
Yeah, the shortbread ones were definitely more flavor packed, and that little hint of coconut was just like bow. You know what I'm saying? It was like bow wow.
I thought there'd be more spices and everything. The desserts were my least favorite. I like the hot dog, I think was my favorite.
The hot dog was my least favorite, and the desserts were my favorite.
It was good.
Yeah, I liked it.
Very not expected, because it seems very standard.
Yeah.
The hot dog and then that shortbread dessert were my favorite, and then my least would be the cheese puff pastry thing.
I think the hot dog was my least favorite, and my favorite were the dulce de leche cookies, and then the empanada.
My favorite was definitely the dulce de leche cookies. I think my least favorite would probably be the cheese puff pastry thing. Yeah, it's not like anything that you would be like, I have no idea how to make this. I
Yeah.
feel like it would be really easy to recreate on your own.
I thought overall it was very good. Yeah, it wasn't crazy, and I think if we were more familiar with it, probably eat it more. I bet you that stuff took longer to make than we would think. Like all the pastry and stuff in the middle. Also, there was wheat and everything, so like, good luck if you're celiac. Try food. Just try it. I know it looks weird. I'm like, I don't know, this could be good. I'm like, maybe it won't be good, but like, just try the Chilean food. It's pretty good. It's chill.
Chilean.